I always thought that after 10 years together, you stop chasing the thrill and start building peace. That's what I believed marriage was, not fireworks every day, but a steady flame you protect from the wind. Claire, my wife, used to believe that too. At least that's what she said. Started small, the kind of change you notice but can't name. Her phone would face down on the table more often. She started wearing perfume to the grocery store again. Something she hadn't done since our anniversary last year. I didn't want to be the jealous husband, so I told myself it was harmless. Maybe she just needed a little confidence boost. One night, she came home later than usual. I was half asleep on the couch when I heard her keys drop. "You're still up?" she asked. Her tone was light, like she was surprised I cared. "Yeah," I said, pretending to scroll through my phone. "Work ran late again?" She smiled, that polite kind of smile people use when they're hiding something. "You know how it is," she said, walking straight to the bedroom. I wanted to believe her. God, I really did. The next day, I tried to shake it off. Made breakfast for her like I always did on weekends. Pancakes, coffee, the small rituals that keep a marriage from rusting. She took one bite, said she wasn't hungry, and grabbed her phone. A quick text. A small laugh. Then she left. That laugh. I hadn't heard her laugh like that with me in months. A week later, she suggested we take a little break. Said she wanted to find herself. That phrase, find myself, I swear, it's the national anthem of people planning to cheat. I told her fine. I'd give her space. For 2 weeks I didn't call, didn't text, didn't ask questions, just waited. And when she finally came home, she looked different, lighter, like the weight of our marriage had been lifted off her shoulders. We sat at the kitchen table. She avoided eye contact, tracing her finger over the wood grain. Then she said it, calmly, like she was confessing she'd bought a new dress. "Ethan, there's someone else." I didn't react, just stared at the wall behind her. "He makes me feel alive," she continued. "I didn't mean for it to happen. It just did." I took a slow breath. My heart wasn't racing. My hands didn't shake. Maybe because deep down, I'd been waiting for this exact line. "Alive," I repeated. "You mean, I make you feel like an adult with responsibilities, and he makes you feel like you're 20 again?" She flinched, but stayed quiet. I stood up, walked to the cabinet and pulled out a box. The one she'd used when she moved in with me years ago. I set it on the table. "Cool," I said. "Pack your things." Her mouth opened slightly, as if she hadn't expected me to take her words so literally. "Ethan, wait. I didn't mean." "You meant exactly what you said," I interrupted. "You feel alive with him. Good. Go live." She sat frozen for a moment. The confidence she'd built up before walking in started crumbling. "You're really throwing away 10 years just like that?" she said. "No," I replied. "You did." She didn't move right away, just sat there, staring at the box like it might vanish if she waited long enough. Then slowly, she stood up. Her hands trembled as she reached for her closet. The air in the room thickened, heavy with the quiet hum of something ending. I didn't yell, didn't cry. I just watched her fold her life into cardboard. The same clothes she once wore to dinners, the same perfume that now made my stomach turn. Every zipper closing felt like a door locking somewhere inside me. When she finished, she turned around, holding that look. The one that says you're supposed to stop me. But I didn't. "Ethan, I didn't plan this," she said softly. "I believe you," I replied. "Most people don't plan to destroy what they have. They just get careless." She looked away, wiping her cheek. "I thought maybe, after some time apart, you'd want to talk." "There's nothing left to talk about," I said. "You already found what you were missing." I helped her carry the box to the door. She hesitated at the threshold, waiting for me to change my mind. I opened the door wider instead. When the door clicked shut behind her, the silence that followed wasn't empty. It was peaceful, like a wound that had finally stopped bleeding. That night, I sat on the couch, the same place I'd been when she first came home late. Everything looked the same, but the house felt lighter. The next morning, I went through the motions: coffee, breakfast, work emails. But for the first time in months, I didn't feel the need to check my phone. 3 weeks later, I saw her name pop up on my screen. I didn't answer. The next day, another message. Can we talk? I ignored it. 2 days later, I think I made a mistake. Of course she did. They always do when the thrill wears off and reality returns. By the time I finally replied, it was only to say, "You made a choice. Live with it." Months passed. People at work stopped asking about her. My friends said I looked better, calmer. I started running again, picked up my old guitar, reconnected with parts of myself that had been sleeping under the weight of keeping someone else happy. And then, one afternoon, I saw her at the park. She was sitting alone on a bench, phone in hand, looking lost. The man who made her feel alive was nowhere around. She noticed me before I could turn away. For a second, her face brightened, but when I didn't smile back, it faded. She stood up, walked over, and said quietly, "You look good." "Thanks," I said. There was an awkward pause. She looked down, fidgeting with her sleeve. "I just wanted to say, I'm sorry." I nodded. "I know." She waited for more. A sign, a crack, something she could use to slip back in. But there was nothing left to take. "You once said you felt alive with him," I told her. "I hope you still do." Her eyes welled up, but I didn't stay to see if the tears fell. When I got home, I poured myself a drink and sat by the window, watching the city lights flicker. I realized something then. I'd spent years thinking love was about keeping someone from leaving, but sometimes it's about letting them go and not following. Claire taught me that people don't always betray you because they stop loving you. Sometimes they betray you because they stop loving themselves, and you're just standing too close when they fall apart. Either way, you learn to stop catching them. I finished my drink, turned off my phone, and smiled, because for the first time in years, I felt alive.